we have started our Unit 3, the Changing Materials, Lesson 3.1. The name of the lesson is Materials Changing Shapes. So with the name of the lesson, you can get the idea that what is lesson about. It is on page number 26 and 27 of your learner's book. So in this lesson, we are going to learn how shapes changed, how shapes are changed, and some materials easily change shape. So in this lesson, we have learned some of the vocabulary words that are bend, twist, stretch, squash, change, shape. So I hope you have memorized these words and you have written it in your notebook. Okay, first thing is bending. What is girl doing? She is applying force on a piece of rod and she is bending the rod. Why she is bending the rod? To change the shape of rod. So she is applying the force on the rod to bend it, to bend the rod. So the next girl is using a towel or a piece of cloth and she is applying force by twisting the towel. What she is doing? She is twisting the towel. Such what she is doing, she is applying the force to change the shape of the towel. Or we can say she wants to dry the towel if it is wet. So she is twisting it so that all the water inside the towel is dried out. Okay, the next word is stretching. She is stretching the things that are made of rubber. Which things we can stretch, boys? Those things which have elasticity, they can be stretched by applying force. So she is stretching this, and why she is stretching it? To change its shape, to change its original shape. Next is squashing. What is squashing? She is applying the force with the help of table or with the help of wall. She is pressing hard the material to the table to change its shape. So we can change the shapes of different materials by applying force. It depends on your force, how you are applying it, whether you want to bend it, whether you want to twist it, whether you want to stretch it, whether you want to squash it. It also depends on the material. Some of the materials, they can easily be stretched. Some of the materials, they cannot be stretched, but we can squash them. Some of the materials, we can bend them, but we cannot twist them. So it depends on the properties of material also. In this picture, you can see a teacher. She is in the class and she is squashing the balloon. Why she is squashing the balloon? Because she wants to change the shape of the balloon. Sometimes we do this with the balloons to change the shape and to decorate the class. So this is squashing. Things that twist. Here are those things that can easily be twisted. Threads, hairs, candies, ropes, they are made for twisting. So we can say these are the things that we can easily twist. Bend. What is the man doing with his ruler? He is bending the ruler. He is bending the ruler. Stretching. There are some things, some of the things, materials that have elasticity. So we can stretch them easily, like rubber bands, we can stretch them. Okay. And why they are stretched? Because they have elasticity in them. Even the rubbers, you can see erasers, the tires of the car, they can be stretched. Okay, activity 3.1. Some of the materials can be squashed, some of the materials that can be stretched. So every material depends whether it is weak, whether it is strong, whether it is not very weak. So it depends. Some of the things we can twist, some of the materials we can squash, some of the materials we can twist. Stretch. We use materials which squash and stretch to make us comfortable. So we use some of the materials that have elasticity, and stretching materials are so comfortable. We use them in the car seats. We can also use some of the clothes. You can also see they are stretching, and people love to wear stretching clothes because they are very comfortable. Okay, no change. So there are some materials that have that are strong. Their properties are very strong. They cannot be stretched, bend, twist. So with these things, we can make our house, because we need our house to be strong. It should not, the conditions of the weather should not affect our house. So that's why we use bricks to develop or make our house. So what have we learned, boys? What have we learned in this lesson? We can change the shape of some materials by bending, twisting, stretching, and squashing. So kindly write this in your notebook. All what have you learned in the lesson, there is in the science books, they are important because they can be called summary of the lesson, and most of the exams or MCQs are made from these. So kindly try to don't miss the what have you learned portion in your science lesson. Okay.